Well, Senator Rand Paul opening a new front in his years-long back and forth with Dr. Anthony Fauci over the origin of COVID-19. The Kentucky Republican says he submitted an official criminal referral to the Justice Department. Correspondent Kellie Meyer is live in Washington. And Kellie, what is Senator Paul alleging in this referral?
Hey there, Nick. Well, this public feud between Kentucky Senator Rand Paul and former chief medical advisor to the president, Dr. Anthony Fauci, continues here on Capitol Hill. The two have butted heads at hearings. Now Paul is taking this to the Department of Justice, filing a criminal referral to the DOJ over Dr. Fauci. He's pointing to an unredacted email. You could see it here from February 2020, where Dr. Fauci refers to a phone call with, quote, highly credible scientists who were concerned about the fact that upon viewing the sequences of several isolates of the nCoV, there were mutations in the virus that would be most unusual to have evolved naturally in the bats, and that there was a suspicion that this mutation was intentionally inserted. It goes on to say, and this is the part that's highlighted, that, quote, the suspicion was heightened by the fact that scientists in Wuhan University are known to have been working on gain-of-function experiments to determine the molecular mechanisms associated with bat viruses adapting to human infection, and the outbreak originated in Wuhan. Fauci wrote that. So Paul took to Twitter to say this, quote, directly contradicts what Dr. Fauci said in a committee hearing, quote, denying absolutely that they funded any gain-of-function, and it's, quote, absolutely a lie. This is the exchange Paul highlighted. Take a listen.
Do you wish to retract your statement of May 11th where you claimed that the NIH never funded gain-of-function research in Wuhan?
Senator Paul, I have never lied before the Congress, and I do not retract that statement. This paper that you are referring to was judged by qualified staff up and down the chain as not being gain-of-function.
So
let me finish.
You take an animal virus and you increase its transmissibility to humans.
Right.
You're saying that's not gain of function?
Yeah, that is correct. And Senator Paul, you do not know what you are talking about, quite frankly.
A recent report from the Government Accountability Office shows that the Wuhan Institute of Virology did receive funds from NIH, but it is not clear that the funding contributed to the research Paul points to, or that it had anything to do with the origins of COVID-19. One doctor we spoke with says all the funding is heavily tracked.
The NIH has for years and years not only provided funding for research that's done within the United States, but has collaborated and actually stimulated and catalyzed research in many other countries around the world in a collaborative fashion. So that in and of itself is not unusual. There are so many people who have eyes on these grants and how those monies are expended and the reports that the investigators have to make, that I would think any kind of cover-up couldn't sustain itself.
So there have been concerns that Chinese officials haven't been forthcoming about the origins of COVID. That has added to some of the speculation. But this doctor tells us there have been a number of investigations that have not revealed any nefarious activities, he says. Now, the Justice Department is under no obligation to investigate because of Senator Paul's request. We reached out to Dr. Fauci for comment, and he declined to give us a comment on this story. Nick?
Kellie Meyer live for us in the nation's capital. Kellie, thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.